Hi everyone, thanks for watching. Today I am talking about maybe the most hyped launch of 2022, and that is La Douleur Exquise by Les Abstraits. Now, the perfumer behind this is Antoine Lee, but the creative direction is Eugen from You Smells This. And normally I don't like to talk about hyped things, hyped perfume, products, whatever. That's usually a sign for me to stay far, far away. And I really hate trying things and then being disappointed. So I usually wait until the hype has died down and then I explore things for myself. But in this case, I'm totally going to jump on the hype train because I had the opportunity to smell this perfume before it was launched. And so I kind of fell in love with it before I heard any reviews, before I read any reviews. I smelled it completely blind and I really, really did enjoy it. So Les Abstraits is going to release 3 perfumes. Hopefully it's okay that I say that. And the first one is La Douleur Exquise. And I smelled all of these over the summer. And I remember sitting there and I'm smelling the cards and I was like, oh my God, like these are actually really good. And I think Eugen knows how good they are because he was just kind of like, yeah, like thanks, like yeah, they're good, you know? And if you watch Eugen's channel, if you know him, he has a pretty insane perfume collection, but it is curated as well. So, you know, I'm sure that he wanted to create something that he would be proud to add to his collection. And because of that, I feel like the quality of ingredients here has been vetted. They're really high quality. These aren't like basic smelling, you know, there is a complexity that goes in them. And so I feel like they're going to appeal to the seasoned nose, the seasoned perfumista who smelled lots of things. I think they'll really appeal to that person. But at the same time, you know, they're easy to wear, fun to wear, and just really, really well done, well blended perfumes. So that was my impression when I first smelled them. And so we're sitting outside on this patio. I have to tell this story because I know nobody else has a story like this. We're sitting outside and this man walks out of a Starbucks, like just a little bit away. And he's like, wow, that smells really nice. And he looks in our direction because he can tell that that's where the perfume is coming from. And I almost fell out of my chair because I have smelled a lot of perfume with a lot of my friends, and we're usually outside if we can be, just because we're spraying so much. So, you know, we're on my patio or their patio or a patio of a coffee shop or a restaurant or something. And we've never, ever gotten a reaction like that. But in this case, you know, we got a reaction right away. And I was like, oh my God, like, Eugen, did you hear that? Like, that's pretty cool. And he was like, yeah, you know, whatever. Like, he knows how good they are. And they are really good. I don't know why I was so surprised. I think I was pleasantly surprised. And I was still surprised that I actually do really like these. Let's start and talk about La Douleur Exquise. So this is, I think I would really primarily call it a rose patchouli perfume because it has rose and patchouli in it, but I don't think that that's all there is. That's kind of where the perfume begins, but it's definitely not where the perfume ends. I've been wearing it. It's pretty concentrated. It lasts a long time. I'd say you can easily get 8 hours out of like the 2 little sprays that I take out of this sample vial. It starts off being a rose patchouli perfume, and in the background there is, you know, a little bit of castoreum, which, if you know castoreum, it has kind of a barnyardy quality. It is a little bit animalic. But the animalic facet is probably similar to Cuir de Russie. You know, it's not over the top. It's just kind of adding some interest to the rose patchouli. And that's why I say that this starts as a rose patchouli, but it doesn't end there. Like, that's not all this is. This isn't just a variation of Portrait of a Lady or Eau Capitale or any other rose patch that's out there. This is something totally different because it's got that castoreum in the background, that little bit of funk that's there, you know? And if you want to hear about the story of how this became a perfume and what the concept was, you can check all that out on Eugene's page, on Les Abstraits page. It's all up there. So with the castoreum, there's also a dry down of cedar, which is really, really beautiful. There's a little bit of clove to spice things up. And so I think what makes it really interesting for me is that it's got that beautiful rose patchouli, but then the base is really more woody, and that is a little bit more easy to wear. I think that I know that one of the reasons that this perfume really appealed to me is because for the past few months, I've been looking for something really, really powdery to wear and to add to kind of my collection. And when I smelled this has a distinct powderiness to it thanks to Iris. And I think the powderiness is something that Eugen really likes. And so some of his favorite perfumes have that powdery background to them, and this does as well. Because it's blended with castoreum and the other notes, it doesn't come off as feeling too makeup-y or lipsticky. It really is, you know, kind of like a cushion, like a little bit of a cloud that kind of has all the ingredients sitting on top of it. So it's not like it's just, you know, lots of makeup or like a big dust of powder. And all the notes also make this seem to be more of a unisex scent. So I don't think that the powder makes it too feminine. I think it kind of just like adds interest to the perfume. And really, if you like rose and patchouli, but you want something that's a little bit more interesting, I think you should smell this. I think even if you don't like rose and patchouli, you should smell it because it might surprise you. It is quite different than everything else that's out there that I've smelled, at least. And if you like your perfumes a little bit animalic, like a little bit funky, barnyardy, just different, then you should definitely smell this as well because it has that facet. Everything is polished at the end of the day. Everything, fruit fly here. Everything's polished. Everything's wearable. You know, you can wear this to a business meeting. You can wear it to a gathering with your friends. You could probably wear it to work. And I don't think any aspect of it is going to come off as being offensive or too strong. It's just perfect and wearable, but still unique. You know, it's still different. It still smells like something that is well thought out and has something to add to the perfume market. And I'm sure that's another thing that, you know, Eugen would have thought of, because the last thing you want to do is add something that's already out there. You kind of want to introduce your own take on what you think the market is missing. And I think that this does that. You know, it is something that's different and it's refined and probably something that will be able to be worn for a long, long time. So that's me, maybe hyping up a perfume that's already pretty hyped up, but I think it's worth a sample if nothing else. And if you've tried it, let me know what you think. And if you want to try it, let me know if you do. I would love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. Bye.